trying to get a speech.
He served as both a precinct captain for the Alexander Dems Committee, as well as voter protection attorney for the Virginia Democratic Party, and has worked every single year to help elect Democratic candidates. He is an alumnus of Harvard Uni and Yale Law School, as well as a former Fulbright scholar. As a fun fact, he is also host for Inside Scoop, which is a syndicated public policy radio program heard on 43 stations nationwide. He has worked as a Virginia Democratic Party voter protection attorney, combating GOP voter suppression.
Yeah,
he has
what I'm
drafted
talking about.
unanimous passage of a state law to protect victims of domestic violence and their children. He has crafted D.C. marriage equality law with Councilman Phil Mendelson and successfully defended that law in court. He took on the Bush administration to stop federal funding to charities that practice employment discrimination, and he represented the Congressional Black Caucus in their legal challenge to Bush v. Gore. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present Delegate Mark Levine.
They gave me a megaphone. Wow. This is a dangerous instrument of power right here. Louder! Wow, that's the first time anyone has ever asked me to speak louder in my life. Y'all are beautiful. Look at this. I took the metro here from Grand Station. It was busier than any weekday I've ever seen. On my train were people from New Jersey and New York and Oregon, and plenty from right across the river, the front side of the Potomac, from Alexander, Virginia. Arlington and Fairfax. I gotta tell you, I've been enjoying the last few days of President Obama. I don't know about you, I heard every word of President Obama's last speech to the nation. I even went on YouTube and watched Michelle Obama with the dogs run through the empty White House. And even yesterday morning, I was in Richmond, in the state capitol, and I was talking with my colleagues, and I said, you know, we have a great republic for at least 3 more hours. And then I walked out of the state capitol, and the church bells began to ring noon, and a heavy rain began to fall. And my first thought was, God is crying. But I thought about it some more, and I realized the rain was a wake-up call. All of you, we all need to wake up. I gotta tell you something, I've been dreaming, okay? I never dreamed that anything like this could happen in America. I was counting down the days to President Hillary Rodham Clinton. The first woman president of the United States. I couldn't wait. And I know Hillary Clinton. I had worked with her. I'd worked with her when I worked on Capitol Hill. Never met a more brilliant and detailed and committed and caring person. Louder. Wow. Okay. I'm trying. I'm going back and forth, so you're only getting part of it. I will try to be even louder. I knew Hillary Clinton well. I had worked with Hillary Clinton. I was looking forward to President Hillary Rodham Clinton. And then there was this other guy. The guy that said that Mexicans were rapists and criminals and maybe a few were nice people. The guy that said that all Muslims were terrorists. The guy that was caught on tape bragging about sexually assaulting women. And I said, America's never going to elect this joker. We're not going to do that. And to some extent, I was right. Because 3 million more Americans chose Hillary Clinton than Donald Trump.
Redistrict now! Redistrict now!
So one of the things that I'm working on in the Virginia General Assembly is legislation to get rid of the Electoral College. Because I believe believe in democracy. I believe the people should rule, and the people chose Hillary Clinton. So the rain was a wake-up call. It was a wake-up call for me. It's a wake-up call for all of us. And in the last 2 months, I've been studying the man who put this guy in power. I've been studying Vladimir Putin. Because we have to understand authoritarian regimes before we start to live in one. And one of the things they do in authoritarian regimes is the first thing they do is they start to play with notions of truth. If you've read George Orwell's 1984, you may remember the slogans of Big Brother. Freedom is slavery. War is peace. Ignorance is strength. And what they try to do is they try to manipulate us. Don't look at the fact that the Russians committed espionage to help elect Donald Trump. Don't look at that. That's fake news, they say. What's real, they say, is that Hillary Clinton is running some child sex ring in a pizza parlor basement in D.C. that doesn't exist.
Ridiculous.
We must remember the difference between truth and lies if we're going to survive the next 4 years. We must stay vigilant. We must remind our fellow Americans. This guy, and I don't even want to say his name, this guy made a bunch of promises yesterday that we all know he cannot keep. So when working class Americans start to realize they've been conned, it's up to each and every one of you here to talk to your friends and your colleagues and your neighbors and your relatives and remind them what he said. He said we weren't going to lose any more jobs to foreign countries anymore, right? That's what he said. Let's see if that happens. He said he was going to drain the swamp. At the same time, he chose a Treasury Secretary who evicted a 90-year-old woman for being 27 cents late on a payment.
Nice.
My friends, that is the swamp.
Deport Trump!
Deport Trump! I like that. So listen, where we have strength, where we have strength is in all of us. All right? The system is rigged. The Electoral College is rigged. Gerrymandering is rigged. This is legal rigging. We need to change those things. And I'm working, and my colleagues in the General Assembly, my Democratic colleagues, are working every day to end gerrymandering. And I have a bill I'm going to share with all of you, my little secret, okay? But I just introduced it, so it's about to be public. I have a bill that says that nobody can be on the Virginia ballot for president unless they disclose their tax return.
What an idea.
Don Trump! In that bill is also a requirement that anyone who wants to run for president and be on the Virginia ballot has to disclose any payments they've received from foreign entities for the last 10 years. Because my Constitution says you can't take payments from foreign entities and be president of the United States. And the president is supposed to uphold the Constitution of the United States. So let me just end by saying this. I have worked a lot to help victims of domestic violence, victims of sexual violence. I've worked a lot to help people who have been silenced, whether it be women, whether it be minorities, whether it be the LGBT community, whether it be Muslims or Jews or people or atheists or agnostics or anyone that doesn't share the majority religion. And the way that they stop us in authoritarian regimes is they scare us into silence. And every person that speaks out saves everyone else here. One of the things I've learned in the LGBT movement and in women's rights movement is that when you are silent, that's when they get you. Silence equals death. We in this world will never be silent.
No!
just today, but every day for the next 4 years. And in Virginia, how many people here are from Virginia? This November in 2017, Virginians have the chance to show America which side we are on.
Blue! We're blue!
This November will be the first election since the catastrophe of 11/8 to show Americans where we stand. We've got to elect Democrats up and down the ballot in Virginia. If you will help me and help the Democrats in Virginia, raise your hand. All right, that's a commitment. I'm going to every one of you. If you're in Alexandria, join the Alexandria Democratic Committee. If you're in Arlington, join the Arlington County Democratic Committee, the Fairfax Democratic Committee. Wherever you're from, we need your help. We need to take